Imagine a man traveling thousands of miles, traversing the levels of the heavens, and reaching a point beyond the reach of angels, all within moments. This is the night of Isra and Miraj, a moment in history where the boundaries of the physical world were set aside. But before he traversed the heavens, the Prophet Muhammad was navigating the harsh reality of Mecca, where his mission faced intense opposition. This era is remembered as the Year of Sorrow, a name that reflects the scale of the personal loss he endured. Within a single year, he lost his wife, Khadijah, and his uncle, Abu Talib, the two people who provided his strongest emotional and political protection. Without these protectors, he was left to face the persecution of Mecca alone, his worldly support systems entirely gone. At this intersection of loss and persecution, a journey began that would move the Prophet from his earthly struggle into the presence of the miraculous. The physical laws of the world receded as time and space suspended, transitioning him from his state of isolation into an experience that transcended the physical realm. The night began at the Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, where the Prophet boarded a unique otherworldly mount to begin his journey. This stage is known as the Isra. He covered the immense distance to Jerusalem, a trip that normally took weeks in a single night. He arrived at the site of Masjid Al-Aqsa, bridging the two most sacred landscapes of the time. There, inside the sanctuary, the Prophet stood at the head of a congregational prayer, leading all the prophets who had come before him. Leading this prayer unified the Prophet with a lineage of messengers stretching back through history, affirming his position at the center of that grand tradition. After this earthly validation in Jerusalem, the second phase of the journey began, the vertical ascent through the heavens, known as the Miraj. He passed through 7 distinct levels of heaven, each representing a different stage of cosmic proximity. At each layer, he met iconic prophets, including Adam, Musa, and Isa, signifying a unified chain of legacy that culminated in his own mission. He eventually reached Sidrat al-Muntaha, a boundary at the very edge of creation that even the archangel Jibril was not permitted to cross. Stepping beyond this final limit entirely alone, the Prophet entered into the profound and direct presence of God. The same man who had been left entirely solitary in Mecca was now the only being in creation elevated to stand alone in the divine presence. The Prophet returned to Mecca that same night, carrying with him a new practice that would define the daily life of his community. This was the institution of the 5 daily prayers, a ritual brought directly from his encounter in the heavens to the earth below. During the journey, the Prophet requested that the number of prayers be reduced for the ease of his followers, a decision that showed his concern for the practical limits of his people. The following morning, he publicly shared the details of his journey with the people of Mecca. His claims were met with immediate mockery and disbelief from the Quraysh, who argued that such a trip was physically impossible. While many questioned him, Abu Bakr accepted the account instantly, stating that if the Prophet said it, then it was the truth. This unwavering conviction earned Abu Bakr the title As-Siddiq, or the Truthful, marking him as the Prophet's most loyal companion. The morning's news exposed a clear divide between those who relied on physical proof and those whose conviction was rooted in the Prophet's word alone. The journey of Isra and Miraj demonstrates power over time and space, while offering a lasting assurance that the most significant rewards often follow the most difficult trials.